Hello, Coffee Doug here with you for the Rough Cuts review Saturday. I am not going to talk. I'm not going to talk about one particular movie. I more want to talk to you, friends and fellow Rough Cutters and fellow watchers. I want to talk to you about the Oscars this year, and I don't even want to review the Oscars themselves. The show. I did watch the show. But this year I did something totally different than I'd ever done. I've seen the Oscars in years past, and a lot of times it was kind of boring to me. So this year, and mainly because I hadn't always seen a lot of the films or didn't know much about the films that were nominated. Well, a lot of people know that this year they did it a little differently. They chose 10 films instead of the normal 5, and they went about choosing them a little differently, and some random movies like District 9 or even like Inglourious Basterds and stuff made it in there that normally would not have made it into Best Picture category. So what I did was, starting way before the Golden Globes, so probably in December, maybe November, I started watching movies that I heard had buzz about the Oscars or that might get nominated. So I saw a lot of movies in theaters. I rented some. Some of them were, like some I couldn't watch because they weren't available to me. But I went and watched over 22 movies that were nominated for one Oscar or another. And I was able to watch all 10 nominees, or the 10 for Best Picture. I was able to watch all 5 that were nominated for Best Animated Picture. And then I hit almost every one that was like Best Actor and Actress and Best Supporting Actor and Supporting Actress. So first off, I watched 22 movies. This year, I don't know if I got lucky or what, but I really did enjoy almost all of the movies that I watched in some way, shape, or form. Even like Julie and Julia with Meryl Streep and Amy Adams. That's not my type of movie at all, but I enjoyed watching it. It was good acting, and I just appreciated it for what it was. And I don't want to get too in-depth about the movies, and you can look up, I've got a whole list of who was nominated for each thing. Best Motion Picture, Best Achievement in Directing, Best Achievement in Costume Design. So, I mean, I went through everything, and I tried to watch as many as I could get a hold of or find, and some of them got re-released to theaters and stuff like that. The big question, or the thing I want to talk about is, one, was it worth it for me to do that? This year, I will say yes. Not only, it was hard, sometimes I didn't have time to watch movies, and I ended up staying up till like 3 in the morning when I had to work the next day at 6 or 7, but it was definitely worth it. I enjoyed the Oscars a whole lot more, having seen almost all of the movies. I don't care about the red carpet shit. I don't really care as much about the speeches. Like, I thought Sandra Bullock gave a great speech, and Monique gave a great speech too. But it's more about, like, just seeing the movies that are appreciated and seeing the movies that are nominated and, what the Academy thought of them. And that brings me to the second thing or third thing, how are movies nominated and how are they brought into the Oscars? And I'm asking you this. I want people to comment to me. I want people to write me. I'm ignorant when it comes to all this. I don't understand, how it goes about. I mean, I understand, like Crazy Heart, for example, was supposed to be released in the year 2010, and they pushed it for some reason. They decided to release it in a hurry and got it out in December, and Jeff Bridges won Best Actor, and it was nominated for, Best Song and all this other stuff. So, sometimes that really benefits, doing something like that for the movie company, but the movie company still has to put it out there to be nominated, as far as I understand. And movies like Moon is getting a lot of good buzz, but they never put it out to be nominated, so it wasn't nominated for any Oscars. So I kind of question the whole process, and obviously a lot of the movies sometimes people would call them artsy-fartsy, or, they act like they're so intelligent, and why don't, just basic summer blockbusters get nominated sometimes, because sometimes those are great movies. I just like people to talk to me about that and find out, why that is. And then how do they choose, even once the movie people put it in, how does the Academy decide what's good and what's bad? Are they only choosing movies that have kind of come out recently to get nominated? Because sometimes it seems like movies that are released, let's say in January or February, aren't even on the radar, and there's some damn good movies that come out around then. So, my complaint for the Oscars of any year is the fact that if you want to watch the Oscars, there are always a good handful of movies, if not majority, that you haven't had the chance to see, either because you missed it in theaters or it's not out on DVD. So it's like, what do you do? Like, they're always bitching about Oscar viewership going down, which I think this year the ratings were okay. But how are people going to watch that if they have no way of seeing the movies? Like, they can't go to the theater for every fucking show, you know? Like, that costs too much money. It's like, I think they need to move the Oscars 1 or 2 months either way, or make the movies that are nominated move the date. I believe it goes from January to December of any given year. Change it. Make it, you know, put a few months on either end of that, so that way the companies have time to get it out on DVD for the, you know, for the fans, and they could check it out, and then that way they'd be way more into the Oscars, and buzz would be, you know, like spread around about the movie. Like I said, I'll fully admit I'm totally ignorant about the whole process. I don't, I guess I could have done more research, but I'd rather, you know, people that watch the Rough Cutters and people that comment to me online that I talk to on a regular basis and stuff talk with me about it. So, let me know what you think of all that, or why they haven't done that in the past. I would assume the Academy has enough power in the movie business to say, listen, you know, we need to start judging from this month to this month, and that'll give you, and we need to host the Oscars in May. Or at the end of, you know, that's when TV's real popular in May. You'd get a lot of people watching the Oscars. I mean, you might have to have some shows on repeats or something. I don't know. But, the Hurt Locker won this year for Best Picture, and I fully believe that that was a really great movie. I felt like I was in that movie the whole time, and I thought it deserved it. Some people disagree. Of course, Avatar cleaned up for some effects and stuff like that. You could look those up online. But I enjoyed the show. Steve Martin, Alec Baldwin, you know, they were funny hosts, and but I enjoyed it. It's gotten some negative reviews online, but I feel like me going through and watching all these movies was definitely a benefit. I liked it a lot, and I'm sure sometimes you could see really crappy movies that way, because some of the shit that's nominated and some of the shit that wins, in my opinion, I don't even understand what the hell it's talking about. You know, I've got friends that love No Country for Old Men, and I just didn't get it. And I mean, that doesn't make it a bad movie, but I just didn't understand it. I didn't know what it was trying. And then the same guys that made that movie made A Serious Man, and that was nominated this year too. And a lot of people put that movie down, but I loved that movie. I thought it was great. So it just, you know, it's all wishy-washy, you know, up in the air. But yes, so write us on the Rough Cuts. Let us know what you think of our videos. Write me about the Oscars. I really want to get in discussions with people about this. Tell me about the process. Tell me all about everything. And, you know, rate our videos. Watch the other Rough Cutters. And check us out, Wisest Wizards, on our channel, and see what we're doing over there. We got some fun stuff going on. I am Coffee Doug. Have a wonderful Saturday. Thank you.